This is Fred Beck from Fred Beck Fighting. I'm joined over Zoom by Fraser K. It's good to see you. I believe I
Yes,
haven't
sir.
looked on YouTube before this. Is this your first kind of interview slash podcast sort of thing? 'Cause I haven't seen any you've done before.
Yeah, mate, I don't do these ever, like ever. So yeah.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, of course, mate. No, I'm a fan. I've been watching your interviews for a long time since this whole crossover started.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's good. It's good fun. But may I ask, how come you never done any interviews before? Just never felt really the need.
Yeah, never really been an interview guy. Even, when I was in phase, barely had any interviews. I was more so just creating content, I guess. I kind of saw, my way of telling what I was doing through my videos. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. I see what you mean. But surely you must get asked quite a lot though, don't you?
Yeah. No, I do get asked a lot. I mean, I kind of like Jarvis, right? Me and Jarvis are kind of similar. We don't do many podcasts, many interviews. Burnt Chip wanted us to go on. I still would love to go on his one too.
I know you're in Vegas right now, and I know you're training quite a
Yeah,
lot of boxing, but we'll go into that in a minute. But apart from that,
nice.
you've been uploading quite a few videos on Instagram, YouTube. What else have you been up to?
Yeah, really just the back end of content. I live and breathe content videos. It's like it's my passion as well as what else I'm working on right now. But I truly do love making videos, right? Like the whole numbers, algorithm, you name it. If it's to do with videos, I already do love it. So I help support myself and a lot of other creators in their content too.
It is addicting when you get a video that has really good views and you try and beat that video. Does that
Yeah.
like does that affect you quite a lot though? Because if you get a video that does 10 out on the I guess on the YouTube studio where it does 10 out of 10 views, or not 10,
Yeah.
they go it ranks 10 out of 10 out of the last videos and worst
Yeah.
views. Does it get to you though? I guess it is an addiction in the end of the day. Same for me.
Yeah, bro. I mean, especially like definitely like my longer videos get way less views now. So at the start, I was like, bro, this sucks. But you just get used to it, man. Everything comes and goes. I love making videos. That's the bottom line. I truly love it. I had a recent video, a gaming room that did awful, and I spent like a good amount of money. So lost out on that, but you live and you learn.
I saw an Instagram story. I can't remember the amount of views. Was it 30 million or 300 million views you had in 1 month?
Yeah, mate. I mean, this month I got like 280 million views in March, which
Yeah,
is
there it
just
was 280 million. Yeah.
yeah, that's all. It's all short form
Hmm.
content. We've been really focusing down on short form. Snapchat is a huge platform that I'm really big on right now. But I do a lot of short form videos. The kind of the way the world's going on TikTok. No one's got an attention span anymore.
No, to be fair, I do find myself that. Like, I do think if I wasn't for me doing like kind of, I guess, social media work, I would probably delete TikTok just because I can't really sit for a whole movie now. What was the last film I watched?
Right,
Trying to
bro.
think the last, yeah, Creed. No, it's Cocaine Bear and Creed 3. I managed to
Oh,
stay
you saw
with Creed
that?
3 because Creed 3 was kind of it wasn't the best film, but it kept your attention span. It's made for the younger audience, so it kept it interesting.
Yeah.
But when I saw Cocaine Bear, you do kind of find yourself drifting off at times. I guess
Uh,
it's natural, isn't it now?
yes. No, seriously. Like I've noticed my attention span degrading as well. It's just definitely a common factor just in humans right now. It's crazy.
It is a TikTok. It is a TikTok effect. I mean, you see lots of people saying, "Oh, I got off TikTok when someone asked me name the last 3 videos you watched," and you're like, "Oh, I don't remember."
Exactly.
I guess it's the same for YouTube Shorts. But in terms of monetization, if you do, I think I talked to B Dave about this because he does quite good numbers on YouTube Shorts. They don't monetize half as well as the normal videos do, though, do they?
Oh no. So those 280 million views was like not even $4,000.
That's insane. Imagine that was on a normal YouTube
Yeah.
video, though.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'd be rolling in it, but it's just yeah, no, that's how it is. So that's why we use other platforms. We've got like Snapchat, which if you're not aware is like huge right now. So I'm putting, a lot of my time into Snapchat content.
I like Snapchat, but I think they messed up one of the recent updates where, so for an Instagram story, at the top, you can see how many stories there are. And a Snapchat
Yeah.
they recently changed it. And so when you old Snapchat about 3 weeks back, when you flick through a Snapchat story, you couldn't see how many stories are on there. So you might be clicking for like 30, 40 snaps, pictures all the way through. But now you can
Yeah.
see, so now people might not go on it as much. But Snapchat,
I didn't know that.
it's new though, isn't it? Like I think Jeff Wittick's on it now. Everyone's on it now. Everyone's getting
Yeah.
Snapchat deals.
Yeah, oh, yeah, David Dobrik, like he's flying. Apparently, David Dobrik said he's making more money on that than he's ever made in his life. So like, that's kind of interesting. It's very crazy.
Do you think he runs it himself, or do you think it's someone else doing it for him?
I think he has a team of people as well as his own creative like direction, right? But I think he's got a team of people that kind of support his vision and where he wants to go with it. But you do see David on there a lot, but obviously, when it comes to the posting and intricate stuff, he's definitely got someone.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But haven't after because he does like 40, 50 videos, or not videos, about 50 pictures a day on it, or every 24 hours. So what does his camera roll look like at the end of the month? Like thousands and thousands, right?
No, yeah, it's crazy. It must be nice because even I've just started doing it, right? And now I want to go find a picture from 3 days ago, and I'm just scrolling like I've got to fix that.
Yeah. I guess maybe he has someone else go on his phone and delete all the pictures or save the
Yeah.
captions. But do you
No.
think I guess it's hard to say, but now where all the social media apps, Twitter's now kind of getting a lot bigger and a lot smaller. Elon Musk kind of changing, get people happy with him, and then they hate him the next day. How do you see kind of social media going in the next few years, like and apps wise? Which apps will fall and which will rise?
I mean, yeah, there's something pretty big on right now. TikTok. If TikTok stays the way it is, I fully expect everything right now to kind of just, I mean, coast and goes. Obviously, if TikTok is done in America, Snapchat, YouTube, Meta, all of those products are gonna like boom. But if not, I can still see TikTok dominating because like nothing is really comparable to their algorithm. I'm not sure if you use like IG Reels, Snapchat Spotlight, which is still good, but TikTok algorithm is just completely dominant. So if that doesn't get banned, then it will continue to be number one.
I saw him at Congress. The guy, I thought he held his own pretty well,
Yeah.
the head of TikTok.
Yeah, I forget his name. I saw he blew up on TikTok though. He's got millions of followers now.
At some point, he had like 10K, and then I think he did an interview that went viral on TikTok as well. Where it was like, "Oh, please follow me, guys!" And it shot to a million in like a day. So he ain't doing too
Yeah.
badly, and I thought he held his own pretty well. You're joining me from Las Vegas right now. I guess
Yep.
it is in the Mecca of boxing. Then once again, it kind of is because the amount of gyms are there. How's the boxing training
hmm
going, and how long have you been doing it for?
Been going really good. I actually did start training over a year ago. I took a huge break. I had a big injury, a lot of other stuff going on. Training over a year ago, I kind of got a bit of fundamentals down. Took this break, got back to Vegas now, what, like 3 months ago, I'd say. 3 months. Yeah, like the start of the year, we got to Vegas. It's been really good. I've been training out here with Jarvis and Econ every day. Love the gym, love the atmosphere. I'm really enjoying boxing. Last time when I was doing it, I wasn't enjoying it as much as I am now. It's so fun, having a great time. Love the sparring and everything about it, man. It's really good.
But they always say to never spar in the middle of a gym. I guess it's like a kind of hidden boxing secret. You be doing that a lot.
Yeah, so I didn't know that, like, even Wade, when I went to England, Wade was like, "So how's the doghouse rules?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And it makes sense because, like, when you go in there, kind of the sparring I was doing in England, you don't throw full force, but everybody throws full force. You wanna feel what it's like to kind of be at your end to know how to persevere through that, I guess. So it really does teach you things that you can't learn otherwise. But it's hard. It's hard, and it's definitely pretty daunting when you get your turn called up into the ring. You don't know who you're going against. It could be one of Mayweather's pros from his camps. Like all these guys, they're super talented, super hard fighters, but great experience, honestly.
It is good, I guess, handling the pressure and handling the nerves.
Yeah.
Because these old videos, I think it's on like Mayweather's Showtime, or I think it's not on this 24/7, it's on the Showtime. I think it's the Marcus Madonna Showtime when he was fighting Marcos, all the way back. It was like 2014, and that's when like the doghouse went viral with those rules where you're sparring, but like,
Yeah.
there's no time limit whatsoever. It goes on for like 20 minutes sometimes. For yours and Jarvis sparring, I guess it's 3 minutes at a time, or do they just let the clock run?
So it does. Floyd's rounds are 5 minutes. When Jarvis spars Floyd, it's 5 minutes. He does 5 minute rounds, but for everybody else, it's 3 minutes. Yeah, we go 3 minute rounds. I'm a beginner with stamina and everything, right? So I'm probably going three minute rounds for like max 5 rounds, max at the moment to my stamina is at that level. But the sparring's definitely hard. I had back-to-back concussions. I'm actually out of sparring right now until I get my brain scanned, just a procedure checkup. But I'm in there getting whacked about, also whacking some the guys about, right? But taking some seriously hard hits, learning a lot of really good lessons where I need to work on and stuff. So, enjoying it, man. Definitely good.
What? So you're correct in saying you've had two back-to-back concussions in sparring?
Yes, I got the exact same place, left temple, hit once on a Wednesday, flew to England for the weekend for the Kingpin, came back, sparred again, got hit in the same place. Didn't get knocked out, got knocked pretty dizzy. Definitely something I noticed was that I keep my ground, my balance, everything stays good, even when my head's spinning or my eyes are black. And a couple seconds a couple seconds after that, I'm back and swinging again. So it was really good experience. I kind of wanted to know what that felt like before I got in the real boxing ring. Like I need to kind of get knocked out a bit, not enough to damage myself, but kind of keep those fundamentals there.
To keep you on your toes, kind of wake you up a little bit.
Yeah,
Keep you awake almost, and not. I'll keep you enough awake, but not to sleep. Let's talk about opponents wise. I guess Misits is kind of the A side in promotion. When do you reckon you'll
yeah.
be in the ring? When do you reckon you'll be ready by? There's no rush whatsoever, though. To be fair.
Yeah, so that's just a thing. When I was boxing before, I was rushing a lot, really heavily, trying to cut all this weight. I was actually gonna fight King Kenny, if you were aware of that. That was like a year, 2 years ago, something like
Oh,
that. Now. I don't
actually,
know.
yeah. Yes, I remember
Yeah,
going to King Kenny's gym. I can say it now because they told me, don't tell anyone, Fred. That was it was in April, late April. I went down to their gym. It was me, Kenny Daly, and they were talking, and he was telling me about what he's got coming up. He was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna fight K." I was like, oh, "Okay, that's sick, that's sick." But then it never materialized.
no, yeah. I mean, there's a few things that happened. One of the biggest, mess ups for me was I got this intercostal muscle, these three muscles that ripped, couldn't spar, as well as I was coming off of being dropped from phase, a ton of stuff that I was dealing with, like a ton of stuff. So the combination of fighting pressure, dealing with, what else was going on, plus not being able to spar, I was like, fuck this, bro. Pussied out, really just didn't want to do it. But Kenny as a fighter, 100% will want in the future. I wish I did fight him back then. Obviously, I got a bit of regret. Things you didn't do. When I saw the way that Sensei and him fought, I was like, bro, I could have beaten him, especially in his fights up until some of the sparring I saw recently. He's letting his hands go. Do like Kenny, really, I do like that guy. I hope he does well in the tournament in his future boxing career. But definitely would like to get that in with him sometime.
Certainly. That's so funny you brought that up. I completely forgotten about that. Do you think we're looking at this year, back end of this year, or 2024?
Oh
But
yeah, yeah. So Jarvis has got like I think all the dates are out, right? So his last fight is
his
like
last fight's August, yeah.
yeah, or early August. So as soon as Jarvis's camps are over, then Nikan and I are flying. I kind of want to, have the focus on Jarvis in this intense time, and then afterwards, Nikan and I can have a go. My stamina will be good by then. So August onwards, I'm ready.
Okay, blimey. I'd be for then. I guess that's the biggest card after August.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, the main card's August, Ibiza, and then Cardiff, obviously. Hopefully, the KSI Jake Paul card. You know how it is. It's all a little bit
Yeah,
up in the air till closer to the time.
yeah, yeah,
Opponents
exactly.
wise, apart from King Kenny, what weight will you be fighting at?
So it depends. Like in pounds, I'm probably roughly like just 200 pounds right now. I'm kind of coasting at this weight, not going into any deficits like that. I could come down to like 185 pounds, but really not trying to cut down like light, right? Like that's not where my strength is a big asset to me. My power, my force, hindering that is going to be no good. So definitely sticking at my weight and finding opponents in this range will be preferable.
So 190 preferable is your class, really.
Ah, yeah, absolutely. And I don't really know, honestly, thinking off the top of my head, who is in that range. I don't know if Gideon, I see he might want to box, might not. I don't know if he does. That would be cool. He's kind of in my weight too. There's some guys like I think the iDubbbz and the guys on the creator clash cards. There's some heavier dudes over there. But yeah, really anybody for my first fight other than Salt Pappy. That's what I gotta say. Yeah.
You're right because he's gone. I think it was a 185 his last fight. So that's not too far off. I guess got Josh Bruckner as well. The heavier weight classes. It's difficult because the main weight class is 170 really. Like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
165 to 175. That's kind of the main weight
Yeah.
classes. But more fighters come into boxing, so I guess you never know, and it is growing heavily as well.
Absolutely. No, absolutely.
But your brother Jarvis,
Yep.
he hasn't. Yeah, I guess he fought before quite a few years back. When it was 20. Is it 2018 or 2019?
He fought in 20, I think it was 2020 actually, I think.
2020 was it?
Unless I'm tripping.
No, no, no. Because I remember it was like the June time, wasn't it? It was June, and then June in 2020 was lockdown. So I think it was the year before 2020. I believe it was 2019.
Yeah, bro, so much has happened. Like
Yeah.
it's so piecing this timeline together is kind of difficult.
It's weird because like when I was in school, you kind of do the same thing every day. You kind of wake up, go to school, come back. play Xbox with your mates, it's that sort of thing. Time
Yeah.
flies. But now with like this sort of lifestyle, where you're kind of working the whole time, obviously I enjoy all of it. I don't really count the days Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Every day's the same. Unless you the KSI press conference is on Wednesday. So yes, then you might Wednesday, I'm gonna be at somewhere. But apart from that, I don't know if I was meant to say that, but apart from that, every day kind of feels the same for me. So time does kind of fly. I believe it was 2019 though. In terms of nerves, how nervous were you for your brother Jarvis? 'Cause I guess that's his first fight back then.
Oh mate, like through the roof. That's not something I've ever handled before. I hadn't even personally experienced being in a boxing gym and watched my brother get beaten up and beat people up, which obviously, now is completely different. Um, like even seeing Michael Lee get one hit off at him, like, bro, like my anxiety, I had to cut out so much from the video I posted, this reaction video, but most of the things I was saying were, things that I would never say normally. I was just really like switched into a different mode of like anxiety. But yeah, no, definitely the way to his fight as well. I remember we had like a 45-minute car ride. Me, Jarvis, my mum, and my brother in the car. Not one of us said a word for the whole time, which was crazy, bro. Absolutely crazy. The nerves were extremely high, but now going into this next one, I don't think it will be. I don't think it will be the same.
Or even more. I mean, it won't be as bad or even worse. That's how.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it was like because back then it was like Jarvis. There was so many things Jarvis hadn't done in the gym, but now everything that could ever happen in a fight has already pretty much happened in the gym. Jarvis has been training very hard, doing a lot of sparring, like the hardest sparring that you can imagine. So I feel like much more confident, much more prepared in him.
That's fair enough. He's been training for some time. How long? I don't know if I asked Jarvis this. How long has he been training since his last fight? When did he pick the boxing back up? Was it after lockdown? Has he been training for some time?
Yeah, so when I was training for that Kenny fight, whatever that era was, that was when he was in the gym with me. Just keeping his tools like sharp, you could say, but not wasn't really going as hard as he has been since the start of this year. But Jarvis has consistently like just sparred and got in boxing gyms, but camp mode now since the start of this year, it's been different.
Certainly. But do you see this tournament is quite a big risk for him because everyone's kind of a killer. No one can really pick a definite winner.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think these first fights are really going to set the stage for who is coming into this to win and who is coming into this to collect some checks. The fighters are all very tough opponents, very tough opponents. Jarvis, I think, is being underlooked. Obviously, he hasn't had a fight in a long time. People haven't seen what I've seen him do. They haven't seen what Otis, our trainer, everybody's seen him do in the gym. So I'm really excited for that to kind of be showcased to the world now. And I see a lot of stuff. It's like Jarvis, Tom Zanetti is going to KO. But I see a lot of that stuff, man. It's like fair enough. You saw Tom give Slim, who's got a record, a hard fight. Everybody rates Slim highly. This dude comes in, almost stops Slim. You're going to rate him just as highly now. He's against my brother you haven't seen in a while. It makes sense, but yeah, I have the utmost confidence in Jarvis. Tom has no idea what's coming for him. He's going to come in swinging and he's going to get outboxed, and he can't prepare for that.
Is it one of the matchups where it's a boxer versus a brawler? Do you think that's how it will kind of the storyline of the fight?
Yeah, the thing is as well, like Jarvis is also a brawler. Jarvis is just a brawler with like strategy and thinking and tactics and practice and timing and like all the sharpness that Tom just doesn't have. Essentially, they're the same guy. Tom is just 5 years behind Jarvis, you know what I'm saying? Type shit.
The age gap is quite significant though. Tom was about 30. How was Jarvis? 22?
Bro, I saw it the other day. Tom's 34, 33, and Jarvis is 21 now.
He's only 21. Wow, I thought he was a bit older.
Yeah. Nah, it's crazy, isn't it? But then again, like Tom Zanetti he's a partier, he is what I have been my entire life before I got into fitness, what Jarvis luckily wasn't. But Tom is like me, and I know exactly, I've seen this guy, I know what type of guy he is, I know what he's done. I know what he spends his Friday and Saturday nights doing, what he has been doing his whole life. So I think his body is just nowhere near the level. He may be older, but your body can't take that, man, especially in the high sport of boxing.
Well, if you're a DJ, you're gonna be having this late nights, gonna live that party lifestyle. So I guess maybe you might have aged a little bit, even though I guess the right way to phrase it is you might not match your actual age. I guess the opposite of that is like a boxer like Bernard Hopkins. He was able to box to his late 40s. to a competitive level, as long as you live the lifestyle, and I guess it can be all right. But the only thing people are saying about the Tom Zanetti fight is Tom's a little bit more experienced, obviously coming off the win against Slim. He's the bigger guy.
Yeah.
Do you think this riskily brings Jarvis to a massive brawl, and Jarvis might lose his composure in that at all?
No, because again, I mean, obviously, people don't see what I see in the gym. I hate to repeat myself, sorry, but the thing, like, just like we spoke about earlier,
Mm.
what happens in that gym, the sparring that we do, I've been to all the gyms, I've seen how they box and spar in London, see how they spar in Florida. The way they spar here in Vegas is different. It is different. The top rank gym, top rank and the Mayweather gym, the hardest sparring you can get. Every time you get in there, you are simulating what a real fight would be. I go in there to knock out my sparring partner the same way my sparring partner is trying to knock me out. So Jarvis is being prepared for war every time he goes in there. So coming up against Tom, it's just going to be like nothing new. So I'm really looking forward to what we've been working on.
Certainly, I think everyone's quite excited. If it's the one fighter everyone's a bit curious about, so they don't know what he's
Yeah.
going to give. You kind of know what to expect. He's better every time. You do know his style. Jarvis is kind of no one knows what style he'll develop in the fight. But apart from Tom Zanetti, who do you think gives Jarvis his toughest fight in the tournament?
I mean, I think Gib is an absolute beast. All these guys are absolute beasts, and I've got a lot of respect for all these fighters. I think they're all really good. But Gib, man, Gib is, I follow him on Instagram. I watch his stories. I follow his life pretty closely, whatever he posts. And I definitely see the work this man puts in. Really, really admirable, really, really sick guy. And think he definitely is a big problem for everybody in that tournament. Obviously, I have 100% faith in Jarvis, right? I personally think Jarvis runs through him, but I'm his brother. I'm always going to say that.
It's going to be good. I guess there's two kind of people head kind of clash on straight onto each other. He's fighting Austin McBroom. I think I saw, well, one of my mates caught it on iPhone, and I think I put the video on Twitter. Do you guys got a little bit of exchange at Austin McBroom's camp? What happened there?
Yeah, I don't actually know the full story, right? I think, again, I don't know how the altercation started, whether it was somebody on our team, whether it was somebody on Austin's team. Before they knew it, we were going back and forth. I wasn't personally there, but my brother, Jarvis's friends were going back and forth with Austin's team. Jarvis is in a lawsuit with Austin. If anybody watching this isn't aware as to why that could have started, basically Austin was meant to pay out all those guys on social gloves. He paid out a couple, didn't pay Jarvis and a lot of others. And then he said to Jarvis down the line, "Hey, you know what? Let's settle on this amount of money and I'll give it to you." Jarvis was like, "All right, thank God he finally did this." And then Austin just fucked off. So it was extremely rude. Jarvis has, got a lawsuit against Austin, which is creating all that animosity and that confrontation there.
But those lawsuits, they've been going on for years, though, haven't they? It's going on for a long time.
No, so ours actually hasn't been. We were working with Austin to try and get. I was texting the guy. I was like, Austin's like, I fuck with you guys. I'm like, bro, I fuck with you too, man. This is a shit show. I get what it's like to be in the middle of shit. Maybe it's not your fault. Maybe it is. I don't really know. I'm not going to put that past you. I just want to get my brother resolved. He promised me he would, and he didn't deliver on that promise. He now has to get. There's only one way for my brother to get what is right. So that's that, unfortunately.
I just pulled up the men's tournament bracket here on my phone. So if Jarvis wins the next fight and Austin wins the next fight, then they fight next. But then if one of them loses, the one loses, or one loses, one wins, they won't fight. So they both have to win to fight. But that's quite a good storyline. I don't know how it would. I don't know if it would favor or discourage the lawsuit or negotiation type, or maybe you could give Jarvis a little bit less money. You could know Jarvis might just beaten up. I don't know how it all works. How after that would be quite a good storyline, wouldn't it? Because I think it's so important. Even though you don't really want a lawsuit with a ton of money as a storyline, but you do want a good storyline for an influencer boxing match.
Absolutely, and Jarvis really truly hates Austin McBroom, so it is amazing storyline. That would be awesome.
Just one thing, four things before I let you go. King Kenny versus my mate Nate. I interviewed Nate earlier today. He's a sweetheart. He's really, really nice. How does that go? So is Kenny, to be fair. Kenny always fights the nice guys. But how does that go?
Yeah. No, I mean, mate, just as I said earlier, Kenny and I we may have butted heads sometime, but I really do fuck with that guy. I hope he wins. I hope he beats my mate Nate, and I hope he can fight Jarvis at some point in this tournament, so Jarvis can win. No, but seriously, no, mate. I think Kenny's got that unless my mate Nate comes out swinging. He just seems like too much of a nice guy. Kenny knows what he's got to work on. He's got a lot of pressure. That pressure, I think, will turn him into a good fighter.
So I think he'll let his hands go. There might be a risk of him letting his throwing too many punches, getting tired. I don't know.
Yeah,
Because I think he definitely will let his hands go. Maybe a little bit too much this time, just so he can prove it. Because I guess he didn't throw too much in his last fight. So it'll be interesting to see how Kenny matches up against him. But what I do like about the
yeah,
tournament, though, is if you do lose your fight again, everyone's fighting 3 times guaranteed. It'll be interesting to see.
exactly.
You don't want anyone to get hurt badly. But it'd be interesting to see that if someone gets knocked out, like McBroom did in his last fight, if they pull out the whole competition, or because that'd be a nightmare for Kingpin if something like that did happen,
Wow.
or a draw
Yeah.
even like that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be absolutely nuts. I did hear about this thing called a golden round. I don't know if you heard about that. Something where like if there is a split decision or something.
Yeah, I think if there's or I don't know if it's a split decision. I think they've got another backup fighter, or if someone gets injured, they'll bring in another fighter, but that fighter can't win or legally can't win the tournament. It's something like that.
Okay. I mean, that's interesting. I mean, yeah, I really hope nobody gets seriously injured. I hope, these are all good, safe, entertaining, fun fights. Everybody has a good time. All the fans have a good time watching and we get to see the full tournament play its way out as it should.
Certainly. Sounds pretty good. But apart from the boxing, anything else for you until I see you later this month? Not that long. Bit nervous now.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, mate, honestly not. All this boxing of Jarvis getting in there is going to make me want to get in there 10 times more. I'm actually so excited. I want to box for, however many years I can box now for. Feel like I've been on the back stool of what I've been doing for a while and excited to get back to the forefront.
It's gonna be good. It definitely will be quite
Yeah,
exciting. The Chemo tournament, I think that'll be one of the things that goes viral, especially the Give McBroom main event from the get-go as well.
trust. No, I'm looking forward to it, man. I mean, I know there's a few other guys training. Some of my friends as well. I'm excited for everybody to get in the ring this year, man. It's gonna be a great time.
Certainly. Okay, I appreciate you coming on. That's your kind of first interview. See, wasn't too bad.
Yeah, that was good. That was all right. I wasn't too.
You'll probably get hassled by quite a few other media on Fight Week, but I do appreciate you coming on, so thank you.
No, absolutely, Fred. Always, anytime, mate.